Hey guys, I just wanted to address the Cran files before we started this video. With a very saddened heart, I have to admit the Cran files are true. Everything in them is true, and all the allegations are true. Last week, I did frame Mog Clav, and I'm very, very saddened by the entire event. I did not mean to Mog that man to death, and I am deeply sorry. Alright, dope. Now that we got that off my chest, I think we can actually start talking about the video today. And we're going to be talking about someone that most people have probably already seen, and that's that weird-ass CIA agent. Now, before you start clicking off of this video, don't worry, this isn't political in any means, I guess, but this is a very strange topic. If you don't know who this guy is, he was a whistleblower who was a former CIA agent, and some of his stories are fucking insane. Like, actually insane, and he just acts so nonchalant while talking about them that I can't really tell if he's lying or not. It's so weird, but I also love it at the same time. Just take a look.
20 minutes after the cop warned me about people coming into my room unannounced, these two guys just walk in, boldly just walk in. I jump up, I put my fist up, I go, "What do you want?"
Okay, Timmy Tough Knuckles, I see how it is. You see two hardened criminals and you're like, "Watch out, I'm dangerous." Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
One of them has a swastika
on his neck. It took up his entire neck. It came up onto his face.
The other one had "fuck you"
tattooed on his eyelids. So I go, "What do you want?" And the swastika guy says, "You the new guy?" I said, "Yeah, so?"
And he says, "You a fag?"
I said, "No, I'm not a fag." He said, "You a rat?" I said, "No, I didn't have anybody else in my case. I'm not a rat." And he says, "You a chomo?" I go, "I don't know what that word means."
He goes, "Chomo, child molester."
I said, "No, I'm not a child molester." And he goes, "Okay, you could sit with the Aryans in the cafeteria." And I was like, I guess I'm with the Aryans now. Oh, grand.
That is the craziest story that I have heard in a minute if it was coming from anybody else. This is just an average day on the job for him. And I am so confused by all of this because, yes, he was an actual whistleblower for the CIA and exposed them for a lot. But at the same time, he says stories like this that don't make sense. Like, what the fuck do you mean you had two hardened criminals come up and ask, "Hey, are you a chomo? Hey, do you, like, have bad paperwork? Are you gay?" Like, and then he just says no. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, they don't have any other way of telling? You're kidding, right? Like, I've seen prison, like, TikTokers talk about how, oh, yeah, we had to show paperwork to prove it. He didn't show any paperwork in that story, and they're like, "All right, cool, let's go chill with the Nazis." And he was like, "Bet." What the fuck? Like, what?
What about that one in Dubai? Do you remember that?
Classic.
Okay, so this is gonna be like a funny story, right? Like, this is gonna be something hilarious. I bet there was like a big goof with another CIA agent or something.
You know, we studied that for a long time. They killed a guy in a hotel room in Dubai, and then after they killed him,
They were somehow able to lock the door from the inside of the hotel room.
What the fuck are you talking about? How is that like a classic spoof? What? You fucking killed a guy and you're like, this dumbass locked the door after he was dead. What the fuck is wrong with you?
and we tried like magnets and different ways. We couldn't figure out how they did it. Like a latched door? They did the latch and this one. And the guy's in there dead. And the hotel couldn't even get it open.
What the fuck? Dude, this story has more fucking turns than a fucking, I don't even know, a circle? Like, what do you mean? I thought you were the ones that killed him. So you're telling me now that somebody else killed this guy and you guys were fucking around with magnets trying to open a door? What? What the fuck is my money going to? This is my taxpayer money.
Have you ever killed anybody? No, thank God. My children asked me that. And I told them very proudly that I have never taken any action that resulted in the death of another human being.
There's one kind of half exception.
How do you half kill someone? Like, you're acting like this is a, well, I kind of slipped up here. I might have done something that resulted in the death of somebody. What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make a lick of sense.
I was in the morning meeting, and the secretary came in, and she said, "John, General Powell is on the phone for you. Call him Powell." I said, "General Powell? How does he know who I am?" And she
said, "I don't know, but he asked for you by name."
I couldn't imagine a worse start to my fucking morning than a U.S. general calling me up. I know who he is from the news, but he doesn't know me personally, and he asks for my name specifically. Dude, I'd be shitting bricks.
My boss is like, well, go answer the phone. So I went to my desk and I said, good morning, General Powell. This is John Kiriakou. And he says,
John, if the Iraqis were going to kill the president, who would actually be in charge of that operation?
and I said, well, if you're talking about the attempt to kill President Bush, George H.W. Bush, he had been visiting Kuwait. I said, Kuwait operations are run from the Iraqi intelligence services Basra station. But Basra station is headed by Sabr Abdulaziz Adori, the director of the Iraqi intelligence service.
He says, where does he sit?
I said, Baghdad.
Where exactly in Baghdad?
I said, if you hold on a second, I'll look up the address. So I looked it up. I gave him the address. He
He
said,
says, thank you, and he hangs up the phone.
John, how do I say this nicely? You are a bullshitter. How do you only half kind of kill somebody? Dude, after that phone call, I would have been like, holy shit, that guy is dead. He's gone. That building, that block is gone. What the fuck do you mean?
I go back in the meeting. They were like, what do you want? I said, he wanted to know about Sabra Adori and the attempt to kill President Bush. I'm like, okay.
8 hours later, we fired 47 cruise missiles into Iraqi intelligence service headquarters.
But by then it was the middle of the night in Baghdad.
And we killed the janitor.
John, you fucking murked his ass, John. You literally gave the location of like an office building and murked a janitor. This wasn't even like, oh, this is the Al-Qaeda leader living in like Bubba fuck nowhere in a cave. You murked an office building and nuked a janitor. Dude, what the fuck? How do you like... Oh, God, I'm just so, like, tired of my tax dollars being spent like this. Why are we fucking sending 47 missiles, which are going to be millions of dollars, to go murk a janitor? Dog, we don't have... I could have told you it was midnight in Baghdad by my fucking iPhone. Also, John, you also played a part in that. Don't you try and scurry out of here.
So you know Bruno. Bruno is a gay Austrian fashion journalist. And I said, yes, very flamboyant. Yes.
Okay, so we got a fashion designer. Is he gonna do like a little secret operation where he has to pretend to be like gay or something? This is gonna be like real life white chicks. Dude, this is gonna be fucking hilarious, right?
Okay. He said, I want to put Bruno in front of bona fide terrorists.
John, I'm gonna cut you a little slack here, because it's sounding like this isn't your idea. But why the fuck would that be a good idea at all? Hey, let's get like, I don't know, like the gayest guy we know, and let's put him in a room with a bunch of terrorists. Why? I don't know, shits and giggles, I guess.
He said, I'm thinking Al-Qaeda, maybe Hezbollah, and I want to show them Polaroids of men
Having hardcore anal sex.
I don't know what to say. I am so disappointed in our government that at one point somebody in the CIA was like, yeah, man, let's show them some real shit. I want to show them the gayest sex, the hardest sex, the sweatiest sex between two men. Like, what?
And I want to ask them, in the Bruno character, if this is a form of torture and should these men be sent to Guantanamo?
I don't get it. What does the CIA even do? So far, all they do is fuck around with magnets and, like, try and show terrorists, like, gay porn. And then ask them, hey, I know you guys are very conservatively Muslim, but I have a question for you. Do you think these two people should be sent on a nice honeymoon? Or do you think they should be killed? I already know that fucking response, and I don't go to fucking Baghdad. I don't work for the government, but I can tell you that response. Like, why are we wasting money on this? We're literally, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'd get home from a day where, I broke into some guy's house and planted a camera on a bug, and I'd get home and she'd say, how's your day? I'd say, great. What'd you do? Not a darn thing. And then my phone would ring at, midnight, and a guy would say,
The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain.
and I'd say, mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. And that means, meet me at the yacht club parking lot in 3 hours.
Finally, some fucking spy shit. Like, this is what I've been wanting this whole time. Like, we've been fucking around with magnets and fucking gay porn for too long. Let's get to some spy shit. Let's fucking rip it.
And then I'd leave. She would say, where are you going? It's midnight.
I gotta work.
So I'd leave. I'd do my meeting. I'd come home, 6 o'clock in the morning, just in time to shower and shave and get dressed to go to work. And she would say,
What was her name?
And I remember this one terrible time. That's what she said to me. What was her name?
Man, I know spying must take a very hard emotional toll on your family, but at least you're doing something very, very noble, and, you know, it's very respectable at the end of the day.
The truth is,
I had been sitting in a garbage dumpster, waiting for a guy to drive by down the alley and throw a bag of documents in. And I stunk
of garbage. And I said to her,
"Do I seriously smell to you like I've been with a woman? Seriously?"
So we ended up getting a divorce.
You dumb bitch. I wasn't with another woman like a normal human. I was sitting in a garbage can, waiting for documents to be thrown in my face. Which I assume they weren't, otherwise he would say, like, oh, and I got the documents. Yeah, no, I fully agree with her, dude. You sit in a garbage can, you watch gay porn with your buddies, and what else? Oh, yeah, that's right, you fuck around with magnets. Like, what does the CIA even do anymore? Like, people allege that the CIA killed JFK, but since then, what have they done? They just fuck around with magnets and gay porn and garbage cans. Like, I really don't understand, but honestly, at the end of the day, I'm just joking around here. I don't really care for politics, and nor is that what this channel is supposed to be about. I hope you guys have an amazing day, or night for that matter. Anyway, peace.